Art is the way in which we see the world. It is my deepest belief that absolutely everyone is an artist. We just have it beaten out of us on the path to adolescence and adulthood. The desire to fit the mold, to avoid ridicule, is so overwhelming for most of us that we never dare to authentically express our inner truth. For most people, art is a pretty painting or drawing that is easy on the eye, or music that is easy on the ear. It is the detailed replica of a landscape, an animal, or a person. I would argue, however, that the art here is not in the finished piece, but in the subject itself. Most artists, in whichever medium, capture the art that is around them. It proves my theory that the life we live, the experiences we have, no matter how mundane they seem, are all works of art. There is another form of art that is less visually or orally pleasing. The primal screams of emotion drowned in echoes of pain, the pure, unfiltered expression of what lies within, in whichever form that is. I encourage you to think about what lives within you, the stuff you are scared to let go of, to release into the world. What in your wildest imagination could you do to release yourself from the prison of your emotions? Art is not only a perception of the world around you, but an unfiltered expression of your deepest being, in any medium, which may or may not be a part of the social norm. Use your body, use your words, use unconventional methods of creation for your complex self that cannot always be addressed using traditional forms of expression. When I was a teen, I took a synth, a sampler, and a vocal effects unit to any space that would let me perform. I would set up in traditional pubs, bars, and other live music venues. I would also perform in the street where I could. I would bear all, scream and wail into a microphone that was drowned in delay and reverb. My aim was to bear all in the most vulnerable, honest, painful way possible. I wanted people to be uncomfortable to watch and listen to me. I wanted people to heckle, to boo, to shout abuse. I wanted people to get angry because this was not pretty, because it was not enjoyable. I wanted to release all I had to a crowd of people that wanted me to stop. The video you're watching now is made up of a few of my past performances, where I was doing just that. As I'm sure the experience was awful for most people listening, the colour it brought to my life was indescribable. The freedom to be an unfiltered version of myself was an incredible feeling. Raw, ugly, painful to listen to. It provides a level of release and connection to others that cannot be often matched by conventional displays of creativity. You are an artist. The way you perceive the world and yourself is art. The more you start to see it this way, the more you start to appreciate the beauty in the everyday a lot more. The more you allow yourself to be truly yourself in the most authentic way possible. Authenticity is the quickest way to build genuine connection with other authentic people. It provides a clear separation between the false performative aspects of the human experience, such as trying to fit the mood of what is expected, and your deep vulnerable truth. Your vulnerability is your catalyst for internal growth and connection to yourself and those in the outside world. True connection, not the face we put on when out in public. The goal with your art should not be fame and fortune, but rather to connect with the innermost part of yourself that needs to be dealt with and expressed. Your goal should not be to be liked and adored, but rather to express for yourself and for yourself only. If nobody sees your art, or if nobody cares, this should never stop you from doing the work you need to do. The ego and vanity very easily find their way into your art if you don't stay conscious of it. If it does happen, which it will, I'm sure of it, it is easy to turn away from once you become aware of it. The egoic desire to be known and loved by as many as possible is the one thing that will prevent true connection with yourself and the world around you. You are an artist. I hope you listen to these words. Even when you aren't creating, you are an artist. Your perception of the world around you, your thoughts and your emotion is all art. Even if absolutely no one connects with it, it is still important because it is your truth. As long as it is your truth, and you haven't been consciously or subconsciously subjected to the will of your ego. I sincerely hope that you find the courage to express yourself in the ways which are the most authentic to you. I sincerely hope you create ugly, raw, painful to watch or listen to, intentional art that is the expression of you at this very moment in time. Don't ever try to delete or remove your art in the future when you have moved on from this phase, when things in your life ultimately change. This will always be an expression of you at this very moment. What an experience to look back and see just how far you've come, and simultaneously, how far you have yet to go. You are an artist. You are bound only by the psychological and material limitations you have set yourself. Your art will always be important, because it is one part of the truth of the collective human experience. Whether anyone or no one appreciates that is completely irrelevant. I wish you every success on your journey to free yourself from the constraints of your current life situation. I hope you can maintain the courage to express your authenticity in ways that truly connect with the deepest parts of your soul. The journey of creativity is endless, a path of constant becoming, of revealing, and of connecting. It challenges us, changes us, and ultimately unites us. So let's embark on this journey together, changing, growing, and creating. For in the act of creating and expressing for no one other than yourself, we find ourselves becoming everything we ever dreamed to be and more. I'd love to witness your creations in any form. If you feel comfortable doing so, it will be my honor to experience your works and celebrate your courage to begin the never-ending journey to connect with your inner self. I look forward to experiencing your deepest expressions. Of course, when you are ready. You are an artist.